Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We got a casual Geo. I know we are a little behind on it. It is what it is. Y'all just watch and enjoy, you know? You know what I'm saying? We just taking precautions, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got clipped before. We ain't trying to go through that again. Yeah, you know what I mean. But today we got the best aura moments in nature. You like nature? To a degree.
To a degree.
Mm-hmm. What's your best part of nature?
Mm-hmm.
I know my best part of nature. I'm just trying to see if you got a best part.
I don't have a best part. I don't have a best part.
Best part of waking up.
It's Folgers in your
Looking at it.
What's your best part?
Just the peace. The peace,
the
quiet,
serenity,
and just being able to step out. It's the calmness. Yeah, it's like it's like going back home, but not back home, but going back home and like where my pops, my grandma and them out. Like you're just stepping out there and just literally you can step out and it feels like time stops. And you just soak up the energy from, you know what I'm saying? And then it's the peace, the quietness, the calmness. It's like time stops for a moment. Like it's different than fast-paced inner city living. You know, even back home, like my mom, it's still more fast-paced than being out there. Like still stuff going on, the bustling, the noisiness, you know what I'm saying? But then, which is different from being up here, you never get that up here, you know? So I don't know. That's what I like. Like even where my cousin at, it don't give me that peace and calm. I guess because it's still up here. But even though they got land, and it's just trees around, it's still I don't get it as much. I don't get it as much like going back home, going out to my grandma's house. It's like all right. I don't know. But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
And let us know, man. But you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about, y'all. Let's go.
Aura. You've heard the word, even if it was after the brain rot brigade ruined it for everyone. The definition of aura is not important, it's the feeling. It's commanding an entire room without speaking. It's when your name is spoken, it demands respect. Man, look, we don't even need this intro, you know what aura is. Captain America wielding the hammer of Thor? Aura. Steph Curry having an entire building watching him shoot? Except for Steph Curry? Aura. Experts advising tourists against even saying this bear's name for their safety? Aura. Animals can have it too, and when you talk about aura, this bear might just be the mascot. This is bear number 122, but he's mainly known as the boss. He's a 700-pound walking boulder of a bear and the most dominant grizzly in Banff National Park in Alberta. He's your biggest predator's biggest predator, as the boss has been recorded catching, murking, and eating other bears. In fact, one of the first times—
Boy, no, did you see how fast? See, and that motherfucker wiggling, and he don't care.
As the boss has been recorded catching, murking, and eating other bears. In fact, one of the first times he ever was seen was while feeding on a recently expired black bear. Or at least what was left of him, and officials had to close down the Sundance Canyon Trail until he was done. He's like the carnivore conductor. Everyone has to follow his timing. He's always the last bear to hibernate, but the first one up. He has a home range of about 1,000 square miles, and like Genghis Grizzly, Boss is believed to have fathered 70% of all the bears in Banff. Brother Bear was going to work, but unfortunately, with every job, eventually you retire, and one day Boss tragically hit a train and was put down. The train, that is. Yeah, this walking plot armor survived being struck.
What?
You said, oh, and I was like, oh, that's so sad. Oh, the train.
No, the train.
What dang?
He went toe to toe with a train.
Babe, I'm scared of him.
I ain't gonna lie, Mystical. This one bird you gonna need the help for. You see me in the fight. Help you.
Me.
Hit a train and was put down. The train, that is. Yeah, this walking plot armor survived being struck by a train twice. Mind you, trains are the #1 killer of all wildlife in Banff, and Boss regularly uses the tracks as a buffet line to feed on spilled grain, as well as the carcasses of other animals that weren't strong enough to survive what he walked off twice. The definition of aura is a bear covered in oil from hours spent eating off the same tracks that should have killed him. But this god of war grizzly doesn't just not fear death, he straight up disrespects it. According to Parks Canada mapping, Boss regularly crosses high-speed, heavy traffic highways like Trans-Canada, and yeah, in case you were curious, that's another leading cause of bears getting disqualified from life. And that's not the only way he disregards death. Believe it or not, if there was something less than nothing, bears would want that to do with us. The best way to avoid a bear is to make enough noise to give the bear a chance to avoid you, and mother bears will actually den closer to people, knowing that'll keep baby aborting males away. Which means, ironically, some bears choose the man. Boss chooses himself. Bear 122 is a common visitor of compost around Banff, and he even forced the town to put up a 9,500-volt electric fence just to keep him from raiding the landfills. There's also that time you had Boss breaking into backyards just to eat from fruit trees. So of course the only option was to cut down the trees. The thing is, Boss was never known to be aggressive to people. To be fair, that's also true for most bears that are alive, but my theory is, he knows damn well we can't do a thing about him. Boss is a whole anime protagonist with predatory hardware, so you shouldn't be surprised that he has his own villain. One day, wildlife photographer John E. Marriott seemingly saw Boss at his worst. He could barely move, he had chunks taken out of his face, and for the first time, he had gotten got. And the most likely culprit, yeah, that would be this guy, Split Lip. Split Lip, or Bear 136, was another mountain of a bear in Banff, and Boss's #1 op. They even have the same societal tendencies. In 2015, his tracking collar stopped working, and researchers looking for it were met with Split Lip's discarded collar and a mostly eaten grizzly corpse that wasn't Split Lip. They've been running fades for years, and with both being at least over 20, this beef's likely been marinating over a decade. And with Boss estimated at 28, he proves one thing: beware the old man in a profession where men die young. In fact, even his name is dangerous. Just not in the way you think. You see, when you name an animal, you're basically personalizing them. It's one thing to do it to a dog. It's a different game for a 700-pound wild Rottweiler. It turns animals into celebrities, and if you think someone's not logic deficient enough to risk it all for a Boss selfie, yeah, Bison is more than a good buy. It's enough for experts to caution against saying his name out of fear that he might literally gain too much clout for his own good. Think about it. This bear's aura is too strong to have a name. But there's more than one kind of aura, even in the animal world. You ever get that new kid in class that everyone just rocks with? Like the popular kids, the teachers, he can make nice with half the school by lunch. That's that charismatic aura, and this is the picture of it. The story goes, a couple lost their dog while hiking in Kamchatka. Remind me to tell you why that's important later, and they fired up a drone to try and find him. Oh, they did, they found him, traveling with 3 bears. There's a lot to unpack here. Number 1, bears don't live in packs, thank the natural order for that, but that means this husky had the stones to pull up on a mother bear with cubs and didn't get sent to dog backwards. Not to mention, there are wolves in Kamchatka, meaning bears already have a predilection to canine prejudice. But speaking of Kamchatka, not only does it flex the highest density of brown bears on Earth, the constant fresh supply of salmon means they're one of the few animals alive that could maul a grizzly. So I'm not exaggerating, this dog chose the biggest land predators on the planet and adopted them. Yeah, he adopted them. You can tell they're just barely tolerating him. Whole time the husky's having the time of his life. Does this look familiar? I'll give you a hint.
I'm making waffles.
And I just know it was the mom telling the cubs ignore him and he'll go away that got him here. That's the real reason she doesn't suplex his world. Because then she'd be admitting she was wrong. There's no report the couple got their dog back, but I don't think that's not their dog no more. Especially since if I had a nickel for every time a drone caught a dog breaking bear boundaries, I'd have at least 2 more nickels than I woke up with. Oh, and it's more than just dogs. In 2018, a Polish farmer lost one of his cows, and for 2 months straight, she was unaccounted for. That is, until she was caught posted up with a herd of wild, untamed bison. I could make the joke here, but I don't want to give guidelines a chance, so hopefully the comments do it for me. In 2016, another drone captured.
That's crazy. Just
look at it.
You're like, look, I got the voice with me. Fast ass. Why she so fast, see?
Give guidelines a chance, so hopefully the comments do it for me. In 2016, another drone captured a pod of beluga whales that had adopted a single lone narwhal. Just for reference, narwhals are painfully shy, people-fearing, eternally introverted anxiety whales that could genuinely get past tense by a panic attack. But as of 2022, he's been running with the same beluga squad every year. This is Aura. Also, fun fact, Narluga hybrids are an actual thing, so maybe this is the same vibe. Probably helps that despite resembling a sun-starved dolphin, belugas have the intimidation of a cinnamon roll. Next animal looks like a cinnamon roll, but could absolutely fold you.
What?
You know, when I saw this video, my first thought, that golden retriever's there strictly for vibes. Come to realize that's not a golden retriever, it's a furry Grim Reaper. It's a Great Pyrenees, a canine insurance policy built to run fades with wolves and bears. It's old man country strength in a canine's body. If you meet someone's Pyrenees for the first time and they're all over you, yeah, that's not affection. It's basically a vibe check and fail at your own expense, because the moment you do something they don't like to them, or God forbid someone they care about, this is Casper. He's not a ghost, but damn it if he doesn't make him. He's a 21-month-old, 85-pound cotton-tip goofball, at least according to owner John Werville. He lets chickens sleep on his head, he treats the sheep like family, and he's pretty outgoing for a guard dog. Until it's time to go out and be a guard dog. Okay. On November 3rd, 2022, 11 coyotes raided the farm in Georgia, and 3 managed to break into a pen. If that wasn't motivation enough, Casper also had a mate, Daisy, who was pregnant with 8 puppies. Casper knew what time it was. Casper cleared the 4-foot hog wire fence and not so gently perp walked the first 3 off the census in seconds. Casper then jumped the fence again, and this time went after the entire pack, and even with 5 other Pyrenees on the farm, Casper went at it alone. No backup. This was personal. Casper would disappear for 2 days, until reappearing with cuts, torn skin, and a severely injured tail that ended up getting amputated. I showed the other guys, but corpses aren't allowed on YouTube. The next day, people found the bodies of the decommissioned coyotes littered around railroad tracks, the carnage totaling 8 dead coyotes. If you remember how many unborn pups they pressed, I don't believe 8 was an accident. Casper would spend 2 weeks at the emergency vet and another 6 at the animal clinic to treat his wounds of war. But thanks to Samaritans donating $15,000 to his medical bills, Casper would make a full recovery. And in 2024, he was voted the People's Choice Pup and won Farm Dog of the Year. Today, Casper's retired, and after single-handedly saving his entire bloodline, as he should. Next animal also retired, but only after saving his entire species. Except this is the one time the aura came from stolen valor. Aura fraud is a crime, and his prehistoric plus-size pebble committed it. Giant tortoises actually used to be seasoned all over, but that changed the moment folks discovered how good turtle...
What you about to say?
No, I just feel say I hate how turtles look. I know where you was going bad with that turtles, you know what I'm saying?
I was about to go nowhere.
You was about to go there.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The dead turtle. That thing.
Why you remind me of that turtle?
Bruh, I ain't gonna hold you.
Somebody
I ain't never thought
turtle out on purpose.
Seen a turtle shell literally ran.
And where he was at, I was like, ain't no way he did that on an accident.
It had to be in a truck.
Don't make excuses.
And they were going across because it's like right in front of us. It's a little, what do you call it, a stream? It's not a river. But do they call it a river?
It's a river.
Do they call it a river? Yeah. Cause I think you do. It's a little river though.
Yes.
But I guess they call it a river.
It's a river. It's a little river. It's a river, right?
Cause where all it goes? It do stretch far though.
Yeah, you go.
It stretches far though.
It goes somewhere.
Yeah. But it's a little river, right? And like the kids would be over there fishing and stuff in it all the time. And I guess because, bro, people, it's a lot of like weird wildlife around here. But people they hit the bunnies all the time. I don't even see the bunnies no more. The ducks be out just.
They hit the bunnies.
Who?
No, you said they.
They do.
They.
No, I didn't purposely try to hit a bunny. I tried to dodge it. The bunny pump faked and ran right back into the car. He was going this way. I said, oh, there go a bunny. He got past and then hit a comeback. I'm like, bro, what the hell?
He was scared.
He should have kept his hands going across the street. But anyways, then we got ducks that be out. It's a Sonic right there. And they always be out at the Sonic.
I told you they was over here one day, didn't I?
They be all over the place.
They was like literally over here. I was like, y'all don't manage to make
they
it
be
all
over the place. So we got ducks
so
around. But you will see a turtle. You will see some random stuff sometimes. Possums, armadillo. You just see all deer. I saw deer one day walking the dog. I'm like, oh shit. There's like 3 deer right there. I'm like, godly.
You was scared.
I just didn't want them to come mess with the dog.
You'll be alright.
Shit, I ain't got time for all that, bro.
Pick him up.
No, I ain't got time for all that. I believe, hey, they come after you, little boy.
See,
right. Giant tortoises actually used to be seasoned all over, but that changed the moment folks discovered how good turtle meat tastes.
Taste?
It was actually ridiculous. You know, they didn't get a scientific name for
taste.
Don't people eat turtle?
Bro, they eat frogs, bro, and frogs are disgusting.
Yeah, I know people eat frog. Yeah, I know that much.
My uncle eat rabbits and shit, bro. I'm still scarred. You can't say that word on YouTube.
Right.
You cannot stop saying the word. If I say you can't use to say the word, you can't say the word. Now I gotta edit the word out. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
I'm telling you for a reason. I've had to edit the word. And you said the worst word.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
I'm telling you, that's what. That's YouTube.
Let's go. Let's just go.
I literally had to edit the word out because I'm like, and I told you about it.
Okay, let's go.
They had the head on.
Tastes.
Don't start up on me. Yo, if you want to be a YouTuber, there's certain words you will never think of that you cannot. The first word you said was considered a racial word.
Okay. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Tortoises actually used to be seasoned all over, but that changed
dumb.
the moment folks discovered how good turtle meat tastes. It was actually ridiculous. You know, they didn't get a scientific name for hundreds of years, all because the sailors traveling with them kept eating them before they made it back to London.
You said they ugly?
Yeah.
Bro, look at it. Is this the nose? I never noticed the nose on them.
Look like a snake.
It got to the point where the population of giant tortoises on Hispaniola Island was 3 males and 12 females away from getting discontinued permanently. They started a breeding program, but off the bat, only 2 males were able to contribute. That was until they realized that a tortoise living in the San Diego Zoo had actually been born on Hispaniola, and DNA tests confirmed that Diego was exactly what they were looking for, and so recruited him. Diego peeped the census and immediately came to his senses. He locked in. They said, "Go Diego, go." Boy, did he ever. 3 male Hood Island tortoises were brought into the breeding program, and Sir Diego proceeded to score a career high in spreading thighs. Do turtles even have? Yes. With more rounds than Nick's cannon, the amorous anvil with legs spawned 900 children and father.
Have you ever seen them mate?
Videos. Please don't do that again.
That's how they be doing. You ain't really never
Yes,
seen.
I have. But I just said, please don't you do it.
But I'm saying that's how they be sounding.
Yeah.
Fathered 40% of all the tortoises born in the
That was
program,
disturbing.
forever immortalizing him as a turtle who laid so much pipe he carried the species. And I do mean carry. There were 3 males, but one of them literally couldn't bump shells if their species depended on it. Either that or he was one of those watching turtles. Now, I'm not a mathemacologist, but 3 males with one pulling 40% and the other contributing vibes means Diego wasn't the MVP. That turtle was E5, and logic says his loins were responsible for 60% of the output. But apparently Diego being a bigger, louder personality means he siphoned E5's clout, although to be fair, being named after a fucking bingo space didn't help. E5 was quiet, reserved, and rarely witnessed in the act. Meanwhile, Diego was the type to crash keratin and let the whole island hear about it. This was a Turtle 2 man that went on a legendary run to save their species, which now numbers 2,300 on Hispaniola. Both tortoises have retired and have since been returned to their native island almost 80 years after they were first recruited. Moral of the story, there's a lot in a name. Call a bear a boss and he'll act like one. Name a shell jockey after the spawn of Elon, you're setting both up for failure. But failure's not even a concept to the next animal, because when you talk about—
Girl, is that afterwards? He done passed out.
But isn't that the front of her?
I'm saying, no matter what.
Or is this the? But I'm saying, where is it at? Like,
it doesn't matter. He had a good time and he passed the hell out.
It was. Well, it probably was.
He's not my way, you know you did. He on the bite ties.
About Aura, this guy might have won himself a life supply. This is Jacob the Ion. Ion cuz he just refuses to take the L. And earlier this year, he and his brother broke a record in the most unexpected way possible. But to really appreciate how insane this is, you need to know just how they got here. Jacob belongs to a super rare population of tree climbing lions in Queen Elizabeth National Park. What was really rare was his plot armor. In 2019, 5-year-old Jacob stepped on a wheel trap, a brutal torture device meant to bring down buffalo and hippos. That'd be curtains for most lions, but Jacob managed to escape, although not without sacrificing a leg. And although he was kept alive by pridemates bringing him food and rangers eventually treating his wound with antibiotics, the chances a 3-legged lion can last more than a year are low, and they were about to get a lot worse. In March 2020, 6 of Jacob's family members were poisoned by poachers and body parts sold on the black market. Being a tripod predator is already life on impossible mode. Doing that without a pride behind you is a for sure death sentence. Death seemed even more certain because 6 weeks after that, Jacob was gored by a buffalo, gifting him a gruesome puncture hole in his chest. Somehow Jacob survived everything, but the jihad of life didn't end there. Even with brother Tibu by his side, there's one big risk with being a lion without a pride, and one night, it happened. Jacob and Tibu lost a fight with a rival group of males, and as lion culture states, all losers must be banished from the territory. Problem was, the only way out involved crossing the Kazinga Channel, a channel believed to hold the world's largest population of hippos and crocodiles, both a massive threat to an Afro Kitty's way of life. Jacob had already beat the odds like a Cherokee drum, but this time had to be too much. They did it. Jacob and Tibu swam nearly a mile across croc and hippo seasoned waters at night. It was the longest distance a lion has ever been recorded swimming, and in Kazinga, most don't make it past 100 meters. The brothers lasted a length of 14 football fields, and the craziest part, it didn't take one try. It took 3 attempts, and one of them ended with a mysterious creature stalking them and forcing the pair back to shore. Do you know the nerve it takes to swim through a steroid lizard luncheon and a hippo pool party in the dark for 45 minutes straight while having no way of knowing if something's following you? What even motivates 2 lions to risk their entire lives swimming through a literal, yeah, that'd do it? You see, lions often mark their territory with roaring, and after losing that crucial fight, the pair heard the sounds of lionesses and the promise of promiscuity on the other side of hell. So yeah, lioness? Nah, them boys did it for the lion, yeah. Let's pray this lion gets laid, cause that DNA going to waste would be the real tragedy. Second time this video, animals went on a 2-man to save the lineage, but the next animals are the ratio of destruction hell-bent on destroying everyone else's. But if you know anything about honey badgers, you know this Oreo otter puts the aura in horrifying. The same dust weasel that sleeps off snake venom and goes 3v1 on hyenas and still solos. And there wasn't a honey menace with more aura than Stoffel. Let me tell you something about Stoffel. Stoffel is disrespect in the form of a black Air Force bowl cut weasel. He's the mascot of habitual line stepping, and like IBS, you can't stop him, you can only pray to contain him. He was actually found by caretaker Brian Jones, credits to the weasel distribution system, but Stoffel is like a 4-legged tornado in his home, nuking the place and daring him to do something about it. Eventually, he brought Stoffel to the Mahala Animal Rehabilitation Center, and if you think being around other animals calmed this Tasmanian devil, you don't know Stoffel. There wasn't a single animal this furry thumbtack wouldn't beef with, from messing with a rhino 100 times his size, to running a fade with a serval next door, to even folding an adult tawny eagle. No foul. He'd also harass kitchen staff and help himself to the fridge. Who was gonna stop him? And it turned out Stoffel wasn't fit to be released to the wild, so this felon ferret was here to stay. At one point, he dug through an electric fence and started bullying the lions, specifically chasing the male around and trying to bite his lion bits. The lion actually grabbed Stoffel, but fun fact, honey badgers are built like a comeback, and loose skin around the neck meant he could turn around and bite the lion right back. He must have been feeling himself, because Stoffel ended up going back to the lions a second time and nearly got mauled to death, spending over 2 months in the animal hospital. And the first thing this monochrome crash out did, fresh out, was try to get it back in blood, and at this point, Brian knew he had to lock up his war weasel for his own good, and that's when things really got disrespectful. In his new enclosure, Stoffel climbed a tree by a wall and got out. Should have seen that coming, but then they removed all the trees by the wall. The convict spent all night bending and twisting a branch until it broke, carried it to a wall, leaned it against, and escaped again, so now all the trees were out. Low diff for the Stoff. This time he dug up all the rocks in the enclosure, stacked them high enough, and emancipated himself again. So there went the rocks, but like a fool they left him with mud. A few mud piles later, and Harry Houdini humbled them again. One time someone made the mistake of leaving a rake in there. Guess what he did. At one point, they thought they were bringing in a love interest named Hammy, but all they really did was literally gift him a partner in crime. Like Shadow Clone Jutsu, now there was 2 of them. There was one night Stoffel broke into his caretaker's home via rocks through the window and even tried the door. No one got hurt, but sometimes it's about sending a message. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show Nick. He made it clear that every second he was behind a wall was a choice, cause there's a twist. It was all a game. The Weasel Menace had been hand-raised by humans his entire life and had imprinted on them. He wasn't going anywhere.
This man is on demon time, see?
Facts.
I can't have a pet like that.
You say you could not?
No. I got a lazy pet.
He not lazy.
You a lie. I'm up.
Well, he lazy, but I'm saying not all them, not all of them lazy. He lazy, but he ain't lazy. He a little lazy. He could, he could do a little something when he wants to.
No, he's not.
No, he pretty lazy. He chill. He cool. I love my baby.
Fun fact, honey badgers are like the mama's boys of mustelids, with pups staying with their mothers for up to 2 years. As far as Stoffel was concerned, Brian was mama. So yeah, Casper was fueled by family, and Jacob's motivation was cocooning some tortoise. This dusty sand weasel was memeing the entire time, and I checked, he's still alive. He's currently 27 and has lost most of his teeth, but he still has Hammy to choose meals for him. Stoffel even has a son named Stumpy, guaranteeing that the family business is alive at least another generation. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother. If you ever wanted to meet Stoffel, you should probably get on that. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
Hell no.
He was cute with his little gums.
So he got that gummy mouth.
Cute.
Oh, woman mouth.
Oh man.
Baby, where my? Now y'all ain't gonna be playing with my teeth now. Where my?
I'm playing with my teeth.
Where my teeth? Didn't you say y'all used to play with y'all grandma's teeth?
No, I've never told you that.
Y'all, you did. You said your cousin.
I've never told you that. No, I never have. You just be sitting up here lying.
So you said your cousin never took your grandma's teeth?
Yeah, I never told you that. No.
So who used to play with her teeth?
Nobody. I think you made that up in your head.
I ain't make that one up for sure.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
They'll take her grandma's teeth.
You just be making up stuff.
Oh, I'm not making it up. I swear you told me y'all used to, because you said she never wore them in the first place.
You ain't reading the room, are you? Let's wrap it up.
Why y'all bully? I told y'all be bullying. Y'all be bullying your grandma.
You that person that just go on and on. Did I say wrap it up?
Y'all, they used to bully her grandma, man.
Bully?
Yeah, I told you that on the phone before.
Yeah, bully. No,
You was like, you said if we ain't nobody bullying her, only if you do.
No.
See, I miss my lady.
I do. I miss her every day.
Hey man, y'all spell what's up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid and C.
Sierra Nicole.
You are?
Kid and C.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me